Hey everybody, welcome back to James Rouse Everything, and today starting a new series. All right, so it is the end of October, right? So you know what that means. It is Halloween time, one of my favorite times of the year, and this series that we're doing here, Halloween themed, we're going to be drawing some of my favorite Halloween themed movie posters, right? So some of the spooky Halloween movies that I really like. We're gonna draw one a day all week, so we're gonna have 7 of them here. And I don't want to say it's like a top 7, or I'm not really gonna be going in any particular order or anything like that. And some of these too, you might say they're not really Halloween movies, but just kind of generally speaking, I want to do stuff that kind of has like a horror theme, just spooky in general, stuff like that. So no real specific criteria here, but this is my channel, so I make the rules, right? And today we're going to be doing one that I think everybody has to watch because a lot of Halloween movies, a lot of stuff that gets pulled out of your DVD bin, every year to watch. A lot of Halloween stuff can be kind of schlocky, right? Like a little bit of a lot of B movies and stuff, especially like if you grew up with like 80s movies, right? Like a lot of that stuff, it's fun for what it is, but it's not like great cinema, or anything like that. But this one here is John Carpenter's The Thing, and Carpenter, of course, a legendary director. I think this is not just a good scary movie. This is just a great movie, period. This is one of the freakiest movies I think I have ever seen, and a big part of that is due to the fact that I really think they just absolutely kill the atmosphere in this movie. So basically, the plot is that there's all these scientists down in like an Antarctic research center. I think it's Antarctica, right? It's got to be. And it doesn't really matter. They're in some place of the world that nobody goes, right? So you already do kind of have this sort of feeling of dread, like in the movie, right? Because, these guys are basically at the edge of the world, right? So if something happened, if something went wrong, you can't exactly just call the police or something, right? You're pretty much screwed down there. So it's kind of just starts off, just sort of get to know the characters. Kurt Russell is in this movie, and this is a great performance by Kurt Russell. And there's a few other people down there with them. Again, they're just like research scientists or something. I'm not even sure exactly what it is that they're doing, but something is kind of off at the base, right? So I think like something like lands there, right? And they kind of go to see what it is, and it's some kind of like alien life form, right? And this alien life form, it like infects things that it touches, right? And kind of grows from there. So like when it's back at the base, like this thing like attaches itself to one of the dogs that's there on the base with these men. And this is one of the most horrifying scenes in cinema history, when this dog starts changing into an alien, right? Kind of like like the Aliens movie series, right? Like they infect you with like an egg or something, and it grows inside you or something until you turn into an alien. So kind of a similar theme there. This was early 80s. I don't remember if Alien had come out yet by that point, but similar kind of song and dance. Either or. I think both of those are actually pretty great movies, and a big reason why they're so great is because of the visuals. Okay, so Alien, right? It's kind of got that H.R. Geiger sort of really bizarre insect looking, like sci-fi horror type stuff. Very unsettling and unnerving to look at. The Thing is kind of similar. So one of the big things I love about The Thing is all of the special effects are done by hand. Okay, so when you have this insane looking half alien mutating dog scene, all of the actors that are on stage are actually they are reacting to this. Like, this is actually there in front of them. It's not CGI, right? So James draws everything, right? I can appreciate good art, you know, as a fellow artist, and I really love practical effects. And I'm not like a movie expert or anything like that. I don't know like who the guy was that did the effects or something like that, but he deserves to be respected for that and commended, because yeah, that scene is just, whew, gives you the creeps. And yeah, also because oh, excuse me, because it is in like Antarctica, so there's only like a few research scientists there, right? There's no, I don't think anybody's like a combat veteran or anything, so these guys have like no idea what the heck to do in this case. So they actually they take a flamethrower to this thing, right? And it's that's a very very unnerving sort of scene in the movie. Taking a flame, and that's basically like their only weapon, like whenever they run into this thing again, right? So we don't know what it is. Is it an alien, or is it something that some kind of black ops thing like the government was doing there? We don't really know, and that's actually part of the charm of this movie as well, is that we really don't know anything about what happened down there on this research base in Antarctica. You know, I think a lot of the times with movies nowadays, right, they I get it, right, because it's commercialism. You have to, you know, if you got like a hot character or something, you kind of got to milk it for all it's worth, right? That's why you see like all these like Jason movies or something, right? I think he's like in space in one of them, right? So I always kind of link that whenever you're watching a TV show, right, or a movie franchise, and when they go into space, that's kind of like you know, the Fonzie jumping the shark moment. That's when you know they're kind of out of ideas. It's whenever something goes into space, you know, unless it's like Star Wars or something and it's supposed to be in space, but you know what I mean. Space, the final frontier for ideas when something goes into space. But you never, hold on, I'm tying this in here, give me a minute. This will all make sense. You never know what this thing is, right? So, and that is something that I really appreciate about this movie, because again, you can really, as far as I know, I don't think they ever did any sequels, unless it's like very unknown, or you know, straight to DVD or something like that, and you know, obviously would have been like a different cast and all that. But I don't think this series ever did that, right? John Carpenter, the director for this, he's usually pretty good with protecting his IP. So yeah, there's The Thing. Let me just put a little "the" in there. I forgot to do that. And if you watch my intro video, my channel introduction, you can see I did a lot of these little mini movie posters on little index cards that I folded in half last year for Halloween. So we might hit some similar notes, but I do think it's kind of fun to revisit those, because 'tis the season. And now that I got this little YouTube thing up and running now, I figure I might share some of these with you, and it gives me kind of an opportunity to talk about them with you guys, and why I like these movies. So I cannot recommend this enough. Definitely go see The Thing. And this scene right here that's on the poster, right, this is this is kind of one of those iconic, really, really great movie posters too, because you see this and you're like, I don't know what this is. It doesn't make sense, right? This doesn't really tell me anything about the movie, but damn, that's a striking image, right? And like, now I'm curious, like, I want to see this now. I have no idea what it even means, what it is, but it looks damn cool. And that's kind of when you're when you're doing like an advertising campaign or something, your artwork, your marketing, that's what you want, right? You want that striking image right off the bat. And this, I think, absolutely gets the job done. So it's like the guy's got like a parka on or something, right? And this thing's like popping out of his head, some kind of beam of light or something. And I don't think you really see anything like that, like in the movie itself, unless maybe that's like, I don't know, he's standing behind like a like a snowmobile or something, and the light is just kind of really strongly sort of beaming off his head there. And it's pretty simple design too, right? It's just a bunch of beams of light coming out of this dude's head. So, and it's kind of got that Arctic sort of feel to it, right? It's got a very icy, cold and alone sort of blues there, very unsettling, right? And I think the movie just kills it with like that scenery too, like really making you feel like it's kind of an uneasy movie to watch, like in the first place, right? Because you're just like, all right, these guys are in the tundra, right? There are no people anywhere near them if something goes wrong. So kind of, I think like The Shining, right? They do that well too, right? When that storm hits or whatever, and you kind of got this really nasty sort of a claustrophobic feeling as you're watching the film, and the thing hits those notes well too. So definitely one of my favorites. Kurt Russell too. I know he worked with John Carpenter on a lot of good stuff, right? He did Escape from New York. That was the good one, right? Because there was another one later on. The second one in the 90s was Escape from LA, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm not ashamed to admit I actually kind of like that movie too. It had a really dope soundtrack. It had a lot of cool 90s bands on that. The 90s were like, that was a hell of a time for movie soundtracks, right? So remember going into the CD stores and stuff, the new album by so-and-so, right? That was hot this week, but you actually saw like movie soundtracks like get really big during that time, right? Because a lot of artists, they would do, unique sort of, songs that you couldn't get anywhere else that were just on these movie soundtracks. So that was kind of a cool, forgotten kind of aspect of the 90s that I certainly do miss, right? That and Blockbuster and all that, of course. I've got The Thing on Blu-ray, right? I am still a physical media guy, right? I don't trust all that other stuff because you never know what could happen with censorship and whatnot. Let's just say, I don't know, John Carpenter goes insane and takes over a third world country or something, right? And then all of his movies are all of a sudden removed from streaming services, right? So that can happen, right? It's probably not the first thing in mind, but it's always good to have a physical copy backed up. So I am old school when it comes to my movies, and I will always keep my discs. I will never go fully to streaming. I'll watch streaming though, like if something I'm not too interested in, but just have a night to kill, I'll stream something. But yeah, like my go-tos, my favorite movies and stuff, gotta own them. Definitely gotta own those. Okay. So let me just kind of tighten up my corners a little bit here so it's a little bit darker sort of in this background. And yeah, if you're you're a big fan of this movie too, please leave a comment. Let me know what you love about it. There is a lot to love. And just kind of working up a little bit more of these blues here. Right, keep it nice and simple. I'm only using, let's see, 1, 2, 3 different colors of blue, and then I got some black in there too. This is kind of darker over here. Yeah, and the way the thing ends is actually excellent too, right? So they're just, it's kind of like the, the final boss scene where they're fighting it or whatever, and they got the flamethrower out. They kill it, and that's the movie, right? So it just kind of ends on this creepy note. Like, you don't even know what happened after that. Did they, did they go back to the United States or whatever government agency these guys were working for, and did they report this to their superiors, right? Or was it just something that was just such a horrifically scarring event that they just never talked about it again, right? And these guys get together once a year and just kind of talk about all these nightmares they've been having or something, right? You never really know what happens after the movie, and I kind of like stuff like that, right? The very first Predator movie is like that too, right? You don't even really need to know what it is. It's just kind of one of those great films where they knew when enough was enough and to end the story. So, obviously Predator had like a million sequels, but still doesn't take away from the fact that first movie was friggin' fantastic. Don't know if we'll get to Predator though. I don't think. I think that might be a little bit too out of the wheelhouse for like Halloween, but we'll see. I do like my Predator. Yeah, and the thing is very similar, right? So when it ends, it ends. That's it. Right? You don't have to know, how these guys got back home or what happened or anything like that. And that's the mark of like a really good movie, right? You're kind of left to figure this stuff out on your own. You got to kind of think about what exactly happened. And so in my head canon, right, my version of this is kind of what I already explained, right? I don't think these guys went to their superiors and said anything. They were so horrifically scarred by these events that they just went home and just tried to drink it away or forget it ever happened. Yeah, so that's my version of this story. Okay. And I think we're pretty good here. That is The Thing. So, just like my flag movies, my flag videos, we'll just do a little black border around this. And we'll call it a day. And if you guys got anything specific that you want to see, you know what to do, right? Leave a comment. I can't promise I'll get to them, but maybe we'll be on the same page. I think for the most part I got this figured out, right? I got the 7 that I want to do kind of in my head here. Gonna do a little bit of everything too, right? I want to honor like the old Universal monster stuff of like 30s, 40s, because that stuff is great. You got to go to the beginning and you got to respect the originals and all that. We'll probably do a little bit of 80s slasher stuff. We might do a little foreign stuff too. I know some of you guys might not be as familiar with like foreign horror movies, but there's some excellent stuff out of like Japan and even Korea too. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. We're going to be dropping one of these a week for the season for Halloween. Again, my favorite. Not dressing up this year. I don't know if any of you guys are. I used to go crazy on Halloween, but I just haven't found the time for it lately. One of these days, maybe. I don't know. I'm not completely retired, but all right. I'm liking this. I think this came out pretty good. This thing came out pretty good. The Thing. All right. Yeah. So actually, one more thing for The Thing here. I just want to make that a little bit fatter to match up with my other letters. Perfect. I'm loving it. All right, everybody. That's a damn striking movie poster. If you saw that, again, you don't know what the heck this is, but you're like, I got to see that. I got to figure out what this is about. So that is The Thing. Let me know what you think. Happy Halloween. like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you tomorrow for the next movie and the next flag video. See you later.